Hi guys, welcome back to the Football Showdown channel. These are my final thoughts regarding the Brighton versus Arsenal game at the Amex. Simply put, it was a superb away win with a professional performance. In the first half, I felt that things were looking shaky. Brighton got off the blocks really quick, but I think by the 20th minute, we looked cool and composed and we started to respond properly. Arsenal responded perfectly by creating a lot of chances, by breaking down Brighton's defense and being able to make sure that we can nullify Brighton's midfield too. Till about the 20th minute, it looked like we were under control, but I think till the penalty was given, we looked sort of calm but didn't create those many chances. There was amazing connection between Jorginho and Havertz regarding the long ball. Then again, Havertz laying it off to Jesus before Jesus missing a chance, which is probably very difficult. But then again, Jesus had another chance where he had to bring it down in a difficult position, but did really well. Got into the box, and then he was tripped, and we were given a blatant penalty. It was honestly very surprising how the VAR or how the commentators had to keep checking again and again to make sure that Arsenal didn't get the penalty. But to me and to the naked eye, to a regular fan as well, it looked like a clear cut penalty, and it was a clear cut penalty to the Arsenal. Fortunately, or luckily, or let's just say it was cool business from Saka where he had taken the penalty, he has scored the goal as well. There were few jittery moments that I felt like whenever Saka takes a penalty, I always feel tensed thinking about how it was during the Euros. And to be very honest and to be very blunt about things, I fear whenever a black footballer or a footballer of a color of a different color takes up a penalty, because I do not know the kind of racial slurs that he will go through or she will go through if they miss. That is what I really fear about. It doesn't even have to be about an Arsenal player. It could be even a Brighton player. If Edingra got a penalty and he missed, I'm sure a lot of Brighton fans would get on his case, not not in the right way, but in all wrong possible ways using racial slurs. That's a different topic for another day. But here we're going to talk about Brighton versus Arsenal. The first half, we scored that crucial goal. Luckily or fortunately, it was a penalty. But apart from that, to be very honest, the first half didn't look really promising in how the second half had gone. Initially, the first half, we scored the goal. It was calm, cool, composed. But then, around the 45th minute, it was really surprising how the 45th minute all the way to the halftime whistle, we cleared it. We created a lot of position, a lot of opportunity, a lot of chances to score, but we didn't capitalize on even one of those chances. Jesus should have scored at least a goal or two. He got into great positions as always. He's gotten a lot of shots, but then none of them were capitalized or none of them were converted into goals. Going into the second half, I honestly wished that Jorginho would come off. Actually, not even Jorginho. I really hope for Zinchenko to come off for Tomiyasu. I do not want to get onto the train about how people are getting pissed off with Zinchenko, because honestly, I'm very fair about players once they wear the Arsenal jersey. I might be unfair to them when they're not an Arsenal player or when they're still a potential for Arsenal, because they're not an Arsenal player. I don't need to give them time. I can just make fun of them, but in the right way. Again, the right way, making fun of them when they miss a chance, making fun of them if they miss kick or something like that. But never, in my humble opinion, never as a human being should you or anyone on this planet should racially slur any player in spite of how they play. Always be critical. You can make fun, you can do banter in the right way possible, but never should you use racial slurs when criticizing a player of any nationality. So coming back to the point, I honestly wanted Zinchenko off as soon as possible. Sooner or later, it looked like Zinchenko was coming off, but that took a lot of time. I wanted Jorginho to come off, but there was that the moment I tweeted was saying Jorginho and Zinchenko need to come off for Tomiyasu and Partey. Guess what happens? Saka came off with probably the best dummy in his entire career. He's fallen down not fallen down. He's been tripped off in a position that he can't get off, and from then on, The ball was played to Jorginho, and Jorginho made an overlapping run. It didn't look like Jorginho had that in him, but yeah, he did make an overlapping run and then put in the ball for Havertz to score that goal. Now, Havertz is the kind of centre forward that Arsenal needed, who's not afraid to go against defenders, to have the spatial awareness as well when attacking spaces. I really, really appreciate Havertz. I'm starting to really appreciate him as a player too, not just for Arsenal, but how he can be used in the German team as well. Speaking of the German team, Arsenal are going to face Bayern. So before we face Bayern, Arsenal need to rectify another issue within them. The game looked clean. The game was superb. We won three. We scored three. We scored three. Yeah, we scored three goals. We've increased our goal difference by three goals. We're on top of the table. It's all well and good, but I think there is still an issue with our midfield. I do not know exactly what. Probably the tacticians on Twitter or on YouTube could help me figure that out as well, because Adingra, the way he was able to just run through our defense or run through our midfield, not even defense, run like get past our attackers when they're pressing, get past our midfielders quite easily, and then lay it off to another player or take a shot by himself. All of them were blocked, by the way. David Raya had basically nothing to do except for one save, I think, in the starting of the second half, if I'm not wrong. Apart from that, he didn't have much to do. But Adingra, he looks to be a solid player. Brighton's brightest spot today was Adingra. I think if he stays for another season with Brighton, that would do him a lot of good than him making that probable 70 to 80, 100 million move to another top 6 team or another team in the entire of Europe. I hope he stays with Brighton. I hope he keeps developing. But he showed us that there was a lot of issues in the midfield as well. We need to plug that as soon as possible, as we're going to face Bayern in another 3 days at the Emirates. I know Bayern have lost 3-2 against a smaller team, against a weaker team, but let's be honest, UCL magic is real. UCL magic is always there. Madrid couldn't have won these many UCL trophies if there was no UCL magic. That could be in terms of VAR, that could be in terms of money, we will not know. But UCL magic is for real. We can't take them lightly. So if we were to do something against Bayern of that caliber, Bayern still has a lot of caliber. It's the manager issues that I feel is causing them to be so bad, or I think the whole Tuchel thing is making them feel low. So if we were to get a result against Bayern, and to be clinical about it as well, we need to plug in the gaps in the midfield. We need to make sure that, I think, Kivior or Tomiyasu need to start against Bayern. Speaking of Bayern, I've recorded an amazing video with a Bayern fan. He's from India. He's been supporting Bayern since 2010, 2011, or as far as I remember him. He's probably one of my oldest best friends that we used to talk for a lot of time. Then our paths changed because of school and then college. But life happened. But again, we've been in contact for the last 3 years. We watched the World Cup final together as well, and then we made a reel. We've been hanging out for the last 3 years as regular as possible, as we've been spending time with each other as much as possible too. So do check that out. I will be posting that very, very soon. A lot has been spoken on that channel regarding Bayern, on how they can defeat Arsenal, on how Arsenal could beat Bayern. There have been a lot of talks in that I think will be very interesting for you. All in all, it's been a great game for Arsenal. Like I said, Arsenal had a superb away win at the Amex, but more importantly, it was a professional game by Arsenal. Havertz probably is my man of the match. Arteta could have made subs more sooner, I think, or could have made subs for Odegaard, could have made subs for Havertz as well, because I think these two need break before the Bayern game. Which, something that I want to really talk about right now, is not about the game, but is about the game. Magalhaes had 4 chances in the entire game to save my FPL from drowning. I've been trying to score points. I've completely messed up my FPL after using the wild card instead of using the free hit. Yeah, that is again a bright thing because I think when we play against Bayern, Magalhaes could be an important factor in terms of aerial threat too. That's what I think about the entire Arsenal was Brighton was an Arsenal game. Do let me know in the comment section what you guys think. Why there was a lot of gap in the midfield? Was it because of Zinchenko or was it because of general bad game that Jorginho had most parts of the game? Do let me know in the comment section about it. Like I've been saying all through my YouTube short career, if you are not subscribed, do keep subscribing, do keep commenting, do keep liking, and do keep sharing because that is how we build a community. And if you guys are already subscribed, thank you so much for supporting me, for pushing me to do content for all you guys out there. Until then, until I see you in a new fresh video, good morning, good evening, and good night wherever you are in the world. Peace.